All right, what's going on, gang? Good afternoon. Greetings and salutations. You okay?
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Gross.
Hey, what's up? Welcome. My name is Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. Say hi to Bill Squire, who's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
There's Mary Santora
Hi, guys. No babies.
and all of her throaty glory. It's because you're eating those chips right
So
before the
good.
show,
Those
and
are
you're
great
getting
chips.
shards from downstairs.
Yes, they're
I thought they were like
homemade.
chewy, though, aren't
No.
they?
No.
Oh, they looked at... Anytime you get, like, homemade chips,
No, they're
they
so
always
good.
look brown and chewy.
They're
like
really
banana
thin.
slices.
No, they're real thin and crispy, and they
They're
got
really
barbecue
good.
sauce that you
Even
dip
the
them in.
ones that were a day old were still really good.
Yeah.
When did you have a day-old potato chip?
Yesterday, I forgot that I left a side of them up here yesterday, so then I got more chips today. So then we did a taste test.
No, you weren't eating yesterday's chips.
I ate all of yesterday's chips, and I've moved on to today's chips.
Oh, you ate all the chips?
I did.
And you said you dipped them in barbecue sauce?
Yes.
For health reasons.
Yeah, it's good for your heart. Antioxidants.
It's that caramel coloring that really gives it that zip. Hey, Poundcake's back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people.
You know, sometimes I'll break his balls for whatever he's been eeating, but not even Poundcake is eating 2 things of chips
I don't
dipped in
care.
barbecue sauce.
I don't even care.
Right before the show. Look at you. You're living your best life.
I'm doing what I need to do.
Man. If you want to join us live today, please feel free. 216-578-1007, 800-348-1007. You can send a text, 35192. Alan, please, for the love of God and all that's holy, start the show with a fart noise today. I can't start the show with a fart noise. I mean, that would be just, it would be untoward of me, I think. I don't know that that's the way that I want to, you know, I always think of someone who might be listening to the show for the first time, and I don't want to give them the wrong idea
Of what we do here.
of what we do here.
Well, I think using a fart noise does not give them the wrong idea at all.
Listen, you can also, if you listen on the iHeartRadio app, you'll see that talkback button there. We get a lot of messages that way. I like those. I don't mind people who leave us voicemails on the after hours line, because some people, they've got a little bit of a longer tale to tell, and that's okay. I still like you to keep it economical. I got things to do here. But the talkback button limits you to 30 seconds. So it really helps people edit themselves, because you can do a test message and then listen to it and go, no, I don't want to send that. So you can really, editing is your best friend in every endeavor. And so people, you know, they're hitting the post on these messages because they have to. And I like that. Anybody see the deep dive John Oliver did on Subway?
Not
He did
yet,
this
no.
big thing on Subway and what
about
an
Subway?
allegedly awful company it is to work for, and blah blah blah. Well, I'd be lying if I said I don't still go to Subway.
I go to Subway all the time.
Well, I don't go all the
Former
time.
sandwich artist.
Bill, in deference to him, I will sometimes stick my head into a Subway. I got Subway for lunch today. A couple of times a month I'll get Subway, and it's only because I have other business to attend to near a Subway. So I'm doing something, I'll go, oh, Subway's over there, you know, and it's around lunchtime. I'll go get a sandwich, and so I did that today. But boy, at least the one I went to, they're having a hard time over there. I only get one sandwich. I get a veggie. So I go in, I go, hey, let me get a veggie, and we don't have that bread. Okay, well, I'm not married to bread. Give me whatever you've got, right? The lowest calorie bread they have is actually that original Italian bread, believe it or not. So I go, okay, yeah, give me the veggie on the Italian bread. And she goes, what do you want on it? And I start going through the vegetables, and she goes, I'm all out of those. I go, really? And of course, I'm kind of half looking at my phone as she's doing this, and then I look down, and those silver tins that you guys had the ingredients in, half of them are empty. They're fully empty. And I go, cucumbers. I'm all out of cucumber. You're out of cucumbers? Wow.
Did they have pickles? That's just a fancy cucumber.
They had pickles.
There you go.
Green peppers. I'm out of green peppers. You're out of green peppers. And then I get to the end, and she goes, you want any chips, drinks, or cookies? You know, they reflexively ask that. Because when you're doing the suggestive selling, anybody who works in service or retail, you know this. You reflexively ask, even if you don't have any situational awareness. She goes, would you like any chips, drinks, or cookies? I look over her shoulder, the entire fountain drink thing. There's a hand-drawn sign that says out of order. So no fountain drinks. You can get them from the cooler if you wanted to. And there are no cookies. So I kind of look over to the side. Now, I wasn't going to get those anyway. But
we know.
I thought it was funny that she reflexively asked that, right? Any chips, drinks, or cookies. I go, the drinks are fully out. You got no cookies. I go, you know what? Just the sandwich is what I like. So yeah, I don't know I know, listen, ye old supply chain issues are all anybody talks about, but I can't tell you the last time I was in a place that was that beaten down.
Out of everything.
Out of everything. You know, I'm like.
You may have bread.
Right. And again, I'm not going in there going, hey, let me get some complicated sandwich. I'm like, give me bread, put all the vegetables on it, and I'll be on my way. And, you know. So again, it doesn't even rise to the level of a complaint. I always think of it from the person's perspective who's working, and get somebody who pitches a fit going into these places. You know, they're just working for $9 an hour or whatever they pay. They're trying to make sandwiches. It's not their fault they don't have this stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
What if it is? What if it is their fault? What if they just didn't feel like slicing more
Jenny
cucumbers?
forgot to order cucumbers.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Jenny. So, I got a letter from who'd I get? Oh, Nick. Alan, my wife and I are driving to Florida, and we're going through Louisiana. Where are they driving from? Oh, I think Nick lives in Seattle or something. He lives somewhere else. So I'm like, you wouldn't be driving through Louisiana to get to Florida from here.
No, that's a West Coast thing.
We went to the city of through the city of Monroe, and I just blurted out Monroe, which I do all the time. It's an inside joke. You wouldn't. You're too young. I think it's hilarious. He said my wife looked at me like I was crazy. She does not understand Monroe. There was a show in the 80s called Too Close for Comfort. It was the late, great Ted Knight, who was most famous to a lot of people from Caddyshack. He was Judge Smales in Caddyshack. And there was a show he had called Too Close for Comfort. And it was him. He was a cartoonist, and he lives with his wife in San Francisco, and he has adult daughters, and he has a downstairs a tenant. He's the landlord. Downstairs tenant who is closeted gay. I mean, Jim Bullock was the actor. He was on Hollywood Squares for a long time. Still alive. And he played this character, Monroe. And they wouldn't really talk about him being gay, but it was very clear that he was. And every time Ted Knight would get a full head of steam, he'd go, Monroe. So every time I see that word, I do that. If we're on a trip like Nick is, and I see a sign that has that town, like we've got bureau chief. I don't think we have anybody in Monroe, Louisiana. That's about halfway. If you've ever been down there, it's about halfway between Shreveport and Jackson, Mississippi. Equidistant is Monroe, Louisiana, right in the middle there. And I only know this because one of my very first rejection letters in radio was from a station in Monroe, Louisiana.
Oh, goodness.
I've kept all the rejection letters I've ever gotten from radio stations. And in the beginning of my career, you're just sending tapes to small market radio stations hoping to get a job. And you used to have this book. It was like a phone book, and it was all addresses of radio stations. And you'd go, well, I'll just send tapes out and see how many bites I get back.
Right.
And you mostly got rejection letters. Monroe, Louisiana, figured it was pretty safe. It was like market 233 out of 250 or something, right? I'll send one to them, and I got a rejection letter. I don't even know if the station is around anymore, but that's the only reason I know anything about Monroe, Louisiana is because of that. When I showed them, I got hired at Market 175. So I showed them.
Moving up the chain.
Move it up! So we have bureau chiefs in Monroe, Michigan, and Monroeville, Pennsylvania, east of Pittsburgh. But I don't think we have anybody in Monroe, Louisiana. You know what? I don't want to kill it for myself. I don't want to kill it for
Keep
myself.
going. It's funnier every time you do it.
I don't want to kill it for Monroe.
It's funnier every time.
Well, that's what I'm counting on, Bill, and I thank you for
just letting you know.
Thank you very much. That's the confidence booster I needed to keep going, Monroe.
That's what I'm here for.
Also, Monroe, Louisiana has got the Coca-Cola Museum for you bureau chiefs. I certainly hope Nick and his wife stopped off there.
The Museum of, like, Artifacts? Because the Coca-Cola, I thought that was in Atlanta.
Coca-Cola is based in Atlanta, but it was first bottled and created at a candy factory in Monroe, Louisiana. Huh. So there's a part of that town that lays claim to Coca-Cola. Right?
It's like Dayton being first in flight because the Wright brothers are born there.
Which they are not.
Right.
Correct. It's like every state has a sign, Lincoln's birthplace. It's like, how many friggin' places was this guy born?
We didn't say which Lincoln.
Yeah. Ed Lincoln.
Ed Lincoln's birthplace. Oh, Eddie Lincoln. I got a break. I'll have another $1,000 for you at 2:30. Next chance for you to go fund yourself is on the way there. Last week to do it, but you still have plenty of chances to get some money off of these keywords. So listen for that. 35192 if you want to text, and we'll be back.